Hey friends, welcome back to Acre Homestead. My name is Becky. If you're new, I'm going to be doing a large grocery haul today. This is my last grocery haul. It's actually not a huge grocery haul. It's the typical, basically about a once a month grocery haul that I do. But this is going to be the last one of 2021's groceries that I'm going to be buying. I am participating in Three Rivers Pantry Challenge where I'm not going to be going grocery shopping for 2 months. So between what I bought today and what I put up over the garden season and what's in my freezer and pantry, this is it for 2 whole months. I did this pantry challenge last month with Three Rivers Homestead, and if you want to know more about the challenge, I'll link some of her videos down in the description box, and I'll link her Instagram. She is very active on Instagram. I haven't set out my exact rules for my grocery haul, if there's anything that I'm gonna give exceptions to going to the grocery store, like dairy or not. But for the most part, what I'm thinking is no grocery shopping for 2 whole months. Now, this doesn't include my husband. He's an autonomous person. If he wants to go buy snacks, that is his free will, but I am not gonna be going grocery shopping. And I think it'll be fun to try to push myself to see if I can keep snacks in the house that will want him to stay home and eat the snacks that I prepared. We'll see how it goes. He does have some favorite snacks he likes to buy, and so I'm thinking it might be fun if I stretch myself and I try to make some of his favorite snacks, kind of try to do some copycat recipes, and of course bring you along if I do that, and see if what I can make is anything as good as what he can get at the store. Last year when I participated in Three Rivers Homestead Pantry Challenge, I pushed myself to go 1 month, and that was the first time I'd ever gone 1 month without grocery shopping, and that's typical for me now. I typically can go 1 month without going to the grocery store, no problem. Now I want to push myself and I want to try to go 2 months. You have seen the inside of my pantry and you've seen the inside of my freezer, so you guys have an idea of what I'm starting out with. There's things that have been in my pantry and in my freezer for a year because they were in there during last year's pantry tour and freezer tour, and those are the things that I'm going to try to push myself to use up so that they don't go bad and they're not just wasting space and, you know, losing their freshness in my pantry. When I use those recipes, of course, I'm going to do videos where we're going to cook together and we're going to see what things we can get out of the pantry because they're not being used. I know that I have a thing of quinoa in there that's been in there for over a year and a half and it's time to get eaten. We have 2 grocery hauls that we're going to do today. The first grocery haul is an Azure haul. I sat down and did the math and compared Azure prices versus my local Kroger or Walmart prices. I tried to do Walmart pricing when possible because they are cheaper than Kroger, but a lot of times Walmart did not carry the same product, and so then I had to go with Kroger. And I saved, by shopping at Azure, $212.57. I just always assumed Azure was cheaper. I never actually sat down and did the math, and I did the math and my mind was blown. There were 2 things that I lost money on, and I'll show you what that was, but even with the loss of $20 on one of the items, I'll show you what it was, that if I had bought it at Kroger, I would have saved myself 20 bucks. I still saved $212, and I am just blown away by that. So I only compared the things that were exact for exact. For example, organic rolled oats for organic rolled oats. I bought oranges and grapes that were organic. My local Walmart or Kroger did not carry organic grapes and organic oranges. So I did spend a few extra dollars on both of those than what I would have spent at Kroger. But because they didn't have organic, you know, it is what it is. They would have been more expensive if they were organic at Walmart or Kroger. At the end of this video, I'm going to be talking about what the next 2 videos that are going to be coming out are. I'm actually going to do them right after we're done with this grocery haul and I put everything away. You might have been expecting a video with me and my mom cooking a huge Christmas dinner. Well, I don't know if you can hear it in my nose, but Josh and I got super sick, and all of Josh's family, we kind of came down with the same thing, and we had to cancel our Christmas with my side of the family because we were very under the weather. So I was not able to do that, but I have plans of what I'm going to be doing with my mom and the videos that are going to be coming out next. So just stay tuned at the end of the video and we'll go over that. But for now, if you're here for the grocery haul, let's just get right into the grocery haul. The first thing I got at Azure was a 25-pound bag of organic rolled oats. My husband eats oatmeal almost every single day, so this is something that is a staple in our household. I paid just under $1 a pound for this. It was like $24.95 for this entire bag of organic rolled oats. If I had bought the same bag of organic rolled oats at Walmart, I would have spent $2.48 for Bob's Real Meal organic rolled oats. So I saved myself $37.08 just on this one bag alone. Over here, I got some organic avocado oil. I spent for this avocado oil $14.82. The only thing I could find that was organic avocado oil at Kroger was a little 8-ounce bottle, and that bottle was almost $9. This olive oil is my favorite olive oil. It's from California. It's so good. This is an olive oil you want to eat that you do not want to cook with. You want to eat this on bread, you want to eat this on your salads, you want to drizzle this on soups after they're done. The flavor of this stuff is incredible, but it's expensive at the grocery store, so I stopped buying it. One of these bottles at Kroger is $16.75. At Azure, I bought a 6-pack and I spent $10.59 per bottle. So I saved myself $37 on this incredible olive oil. If you've never tried an olive oil that tastes incredible and it doesn't have that kind of bitter flavor to it, it's life-changing. The first time I had an olive oil that the flavor was rich and sweet and creamy and oh, so good. It really was life-changing. And so I started buying this brand, but then when we had to start saving some money for the roof, then I stopped buying it. But I'm so grateful that I was able to find this olive oil at Azure because I can start buying it again at an affordable price. This is something that you definitely want to finish your foods with because you want to taste the flavor of this olive oil. After you roast your vegetables, drizzle a little bit of this on it. This is just an incredible tasting olive oil. Now this was shocking how much I saved on this paprika. This paprika cost me only $6.55 for 1 pound of paprika. At Walmart for the Spice Island brand, they had a 2-ounce bottle. If I bought 1 pound worth, I would have spent $38.02 for 1 pound worth of paprika. And so I saved myself $31.47. I was shocked how much I saved on this paprika. The cheese, I saved a lot too. I wasn't quite as surprised because I figured the cheese prices was really good. This is a 6-pound block of mozzarella cheese. The mozzarella cheese was $3.07 for this cheese. For the equivalent at Walmart for a whole milk block of mozzarella cheese at Walmart would have cost me $5.69 per pound. So with the 6 pounds, I saved $11.75. With this cheddar cheese, this was a huge savings, way more than the mozzarella because this is a raw milk cheddar cheese. This I spent $5.65 a pound for this block. If I had bought this at my local Kroger, because Walmart did not have a raw milk cheese, I would have spent $12.98 a pound for this block of cheese. That saved me $73.34 for this block of cheese. Now you may be wondering, how do I keep a block of cheese like this good? Well, if I don't open this, this is good in my refrigerator for months. This is already months old, sometimes years old. As long as you don't open it, it's gonna be just fine. Once I open it, I usually shred some of it and I just put it in a Ziploc bag and throw it in the freezer. And then I have pre-shredded cheese in the freezer, or I just keep it in the fridge and we go through it before it goes bad. When you're dealing with cheese, the most important thing is never to touch the actual block of cheese because there's spores, there's mold spores and things on your hands because that can encourage mold on your cheese. So I've just never really had an issue going through this amount of cheese. If I feel like it's about to go bad because it's been sitting in my fridge too long, I shred it up, put it in a Ziploc bag, and throw it in the freezer. Going from the cheese to the yams, I bought a couple bulk produce items. This is 20 pounds of organic yams. This I did not really save any money on. The yams I saved $2.80, so it wasn't a huge savings, but I'm excited. These seem like really good quality yams. The yams I grew, or sweet potatoes that I grew, are really sad and pathetic, so I'm excited to have these, and I'm going to make sweet potato fries with them, and bake sweet potatoes, and maybe some sweet potato gnocchis, and I don't know what else, but I'm excited to have those, along with a 40-pound bag of onions. Back in July, I bought 40 pounds of red onions, and I've gone through about 3/4 of those, so I figured I would get another box. Now, this did not save me any money, really. I actually lost $4.41 on these. If I had bought organic yellow onions at my local Kroger, I would have saved myself $4. So this was one of the items that I did lose a little bit of money on. But I'm still happy to have them. They seem like really good quality, and I think that they will do great. I'll let you know how they go. Hopefully they last fresh for a really long time, and I won't have to buy onions until my onions in the garden are ready. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know how that goes. Now this is another thing I lost money on. I lost almost $20 on this. This was an impulse buy. I was watching someone else's Azure Haul and I saw dark chocolate covered almonds and I thought that sounded really good as a nighttime sweet snack. And I lost about $20 on this. If I had bought this oh, you know what? That's not true. I just realized this is organic, and when I looked at the Kroger, they were not organic when I was price comparing. So maybe I didn't lose 20 whole dollars on this. I guess if I had bought organic or was price comparison organic at Kroger, maybe it would have been closer to the same, so I'm not exactly sure on that. But I'm still happy to have them, and with the other price savings, I think it was worth getting a 5-pound bag of chocolate-covered almonds. These were the two things that I considered a wash because they didn't have organic oranges at Kroger or Walmart. They didn't have organic grapes at Kroger or Walmart, so I did still price compare, and I spent like $2 more on this and a couple extra dollars on this, but because they're organic, it's super hard to find organic grapes at the grocery store, so I'm considering that a wash. Now this is something I've never bought before through Azure. This is a really high quality butter, a European style organic butter, and I bought this because one of my friends, Julie over at Row & Co Farms, she bought this brand of butter and it sounded incredible, so I figured I would give it a try, and I bought 15 pounds of it because now I'm not going to have to buy butter for a good long time. I'll just throw this in my freezer and I'll have some really good quality butter. This butter I think is going to taste incredible because it's a European style butter. I think it's going to have more flavor than just our typical butter we get here. So I'm excited to put this on like scones and biscuits and things like that where I'm actually tasting the butter, not necessarily just cooking with it. Now here are some fun things I bought. These were kind of just some things I saw and I thought, you know what, I've always wanted to do this, so I'm going to buy it. I've never made cream cheese before. I've always wanted to make it, so I bought a cream cheese starter kit, and I bought a mesophilic, oh no, this is the cream cheese kit, and this is the mesophilic kit. This is to make cheddar cheese. So I have some more equipment I need to buy, but I've always wanted to get into making my own cheese. So I just bit the bullet and I bought this. I also bought this mozzarella and ricotta cheese kit. I have made mozzarella once before, years ago, and I made ricotta cheese once before, years ago. And I figured I'm going to buy the kit and we're going to start dabbling in this together. Let's see. This comes with a thermometer, butter muslin, 4 ounces of citric acid, rennet, cheese salt, and instructions, and a recipe book. Cool. So I do have a couple really fancy cheese making cookbooks, and I've never taken the time to learn how to make cheese, and it's always something that I've wanted to do along with my sourdough. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but I killed my sourdough over when I was in Utah, and then with Gizmo and everything, my sourdough molded on the counter. So I do have another starter we're going to start. So buying this cheese making kit might have been trying to learn a couple of new things all at the same time, because I am still going to do sourdough. Keep me accountable on that. But I figured while I was on the site, this was an impulse buy. I want to start doing it, and winter seems like a great time to try to get into that because I'm not doing all the gardening and food preservation. So that is my Azure haul. I'm still incredibly shocked that I saved $212, and I'm really happy with that. If you guys are interested in Azure, I will link them down in the description box. They're a great company. Their passion is organic, affordable prices. And so if that's something you're interested, I'll link their company down below so you can kind of read more about them and see what they're all about. Now that we're done with the Azure haul, let's get right into my Walmart haul. All right, first off, we bought a oodle ton of cleaning supplies. I bought 4 bottles of Windex, 3 bottles of toilet bowl cleaner, 3 bottles of tile cleaner and sink cleaner, 2 carpet cleaners. I've never bought this before. I used it yesterday and it works fantastic. 3 scrubbing bubbles and 2 toilet brush scrubbers. Now you may be asking, I also ordered 4 bottles of Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose cleaner, but they didn't have it, so I ordered it on Amazon and I'm waiting for it to come. You may be asking yourself, why did you buy so much cleaner? Do you not have cleaner in your house? What is this all about? We do have cleaners in our house, but we have one here, one there, one here, one there. We have 3 bathrooms and a kitchen where we are going to be using, most of this stuff is bathroom cleaner. The Mrs. Meyer's is going to be for the kitchen mostly. But I've always really liked the Young Living Thieves Cleaner, but it's not my husband's favorite. And what's happened is I used to have a tote with all of the bathroom cleaners in it, and I would carry that from bathroom to bathroom as I would clean, but that hasn't been very functional for us for quite a while. And so I've had this in the back of my head. Why don't I just buy one of everything, one of everything goes in every single bathroom, and they get their own toilet brush cleaner, their own set of gloves. That's another thing I had to order through Amazon, to go in each bathroom along with their own washcloths. And that way, if there's a little mess here or there, say, oh, you got some toothpaste in the sink or some toothpaste on the mirror, instead of having to go to the one location where it's all located, all I have to do is open the bottom cupboard, wipe it down, clean it, and it's done. What's happened is because we only have one set in one location, you know, when you have those little messes, they're not getting cleaned up probably as much as we would if we had one of everything in each bathroom. I'm sure you guys all do this or do something like this, and you're way more efficient on cleaning than me, but this is something that I just thought that we need in our life. So instead of just trying to match what we have right now, I went ahead and I just bought one of everything for the bathrooms and for the kitchen, and so we just have everything we need right where we need it. Back to the groceries. Here I got some bananas. This is gonna be for fresh eating, but then mostly for smoothies. I've been really wanting smoothies and we're out of frozen bananas. I wanted to mention, I have in my freezer still 2 cabbages from the last Azure Haul that are still perfectly fresh. And I still have a ton of fresh carrots in the refrigerator. And I have a freezer full of vegetables. I have a ton of canned goods. And out in my garden, I still have some carrots that are fresh. So even though I'm gonna be trying to go 2 months without going to the grocery store, we should still have enough fresh or vegetables and things to get us through this 2 months. Now I'm not gonna have spring mix obviously for a while, but that's why I wanted to make sure I bought some now so we can enjoy that this week. And then we will just focus on going through the produce that I put up from the garden over the last garden season. Celery, I have been really in the mood for chicken salad, so that's why I bought this, because you need celery for chicken salad. Mushrooms, I can't remember why I bought these, but I bought them. Bread, I bought this because when we weren't feeling good, sandwiches sounded really good to me, so I bought some lunch meat and provolone. You can see I actually never even got into them, and that's why I bought the tomatoes too, was for sandwiches. But this will be nice because my husband is off work for the next week, and so we will have these as quick, easy lunches. We don't eat sandwiches very often, but we do enjoy them when we have the stuff for them. We had no more frozen broccoli in the house, so I bought 6 bags of frozen broccoli, some Parmesan cheese, 4 bags of frozen peas, because we would not want to go into this challenge without frozen peas, a big box of salad. We're going to be having some salads here for dinner, and I'm pretty excited about that. When we were in Idaho, we were eating out quite a bit, and I kept ordering these amazing salads, and so that really made me in the mood for salad, so I bought myself some spring mix, and I can't wait for springtime when I'm going to be having my own salad mix growing. 2 cauliflowers. Now for Christmas, I say Christmas, but I'll go over it more in detail at the end, but I'm going to be making 2 lasagnas, so that's what these are for. I'm going to be making lasagna bolognese with bechamel sauce. Got some heavy whipping cream, half and half corn tortillas. These freeze great, so what I'll probably do is take some out and put them in the fridge, and then I'll freeze the rest. A little bit of cranberry juice, some red wine. This is mostly for cooking because I am out of my wine to cook with. So these were pretty affordable bottles I bought at Costco. I think this was like $6 and $8. So that's what those are for. Maybe a glass of them while I'm cooking if they taste good. And then carbonated water, because these blueberries are incredibly delicious. Blueberry pomegranate. Waterloo is now my favorite carbonated water brand. I bought this at Costco, this brand, and I'm so in love with it. I have never tried this brand of blackberry, but it sounded good, so I bought that. And this stuff, I cracked open to this, and this is terrible. This is so gross. Don't ever buy this. It has artificial sweetener in it. It's so sweet. It's absolutely disgusting, and I really, really don't like it at all. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with an entire case of it. I'm going to open one of these. I can feel my throat is already starting to dry out a little bit. These ones are really good. So I'm going to talk with you now about what the plans are going forward, because Christmas was kind of a dud, the actual day of Christmas. But we are not going to be defeated over sickness. We are still celebrating Christmas. On my mother-in-law's side, I am going to be making, right after this, I'm going to put all this food away, and then I'm going to be making lasagna bolognese with bechamel sauce. This is the most incredible type of lasagna, and if you've never had it, you have to try it. It is not like your typical lasagna that you have with ricotta cheese. We make a white sauce with Parmesan cheese, nutmeg, and we make a meat sauce, a Bolognese meat sauce that has pork sausage, ground beef, celery, carrots. It's just this wonderful, rich, meaty sauce. And it's not your typical lasagna. And so if you're not a big fan of, I don't know who's not a big fan of lasagna, but this lasagna is game changer. We had a Danish exchange student live with us, and she made us lasagna bolognese for the first time when she lived with us. And this was when I was in high school, and it changed our life. So this is actually one of the meals that when it's someone's birthday or anniversary or whatever, and I'm asked, and I cook for somebody and I ask them what they want me to make, this is typically what they want me to make. So I figured because Christmas was a little bit of a dud with my side of the family, I'm going to make lasagna bolognese. I'm going to make a no-knead rusty loaf of bread. So I don't know how to make sourdough, but I know how to make a rustic loaf of bread that's really good. I also am going to be making a pecan pie and a pumpkin cheesecake, and then my mother-in-law is going to be taking care of the vegetable. So we're going to be doing that together right after I put all this away. And then what we're going to be doing for my father-in-law's side of the family is we had to cancel or reschedule with him as well, is I always make cinnamon rolls for his side of the family. So I'm going to do that, but I also am going to try a new recipe, and we're going to make this together as well. We are going to make homemade puff pastry. I've only ever done that one other time, and we are going to make sausage rolls. I've always thought sausage rolls sound incredible. They're British, I believe, and I've never eaten one. And I figured what better time than Christmas morning to make sausage rolls and have you guys hang out with me as we try to do it together for the first time. So I watched a couple YouTube videos on it last night. I looked up a bunch of recipes, and those are going to be the two things that are going to be coming out next after this. So if you are interested in, I apologize that I was not able to hang out with my mom and make Christmas. We're all pretty disappointed that that had to be postponed, but we are going to be making my dad an incredible dinner for his birthday in January. So we are going to do a big cooking day with my mom, but it is going to be rescheduled for January. I've already come up with a menu for that. In my freezer, I have a huge beef tenderloin roast from the cow that I got. My mom and I are going to attempt, so this is why I'm practicing making puff pastry with these sausage rolls, because my mom and I are going to attempt to make beef Wellington. My husband and I have watched Hell's Kitchen for years, and we never made or eaten beef Wellington. I thought this would be a perfect excuse to use up that beef tenderloin roast to make a beef Wellington. We're going to do scalloped potatoes, carrot cake, and we're going to do what's called Hasselback, I believe, butternut squash. It's where you take your butternut squash, you peel it, and you slice it in all these little tiny slices, and then you roast it whole. But we'll see. I think that's what it's called. If that's what it's called, we're going to make that. And we're going to do asparagus. So that's not going to be till January. So I want to apologize that this is not cooking with my mom. This is a grocery haul instead. But I do have plans that there will be cooking videos coming out, and my mom and I are going to cook together because we both were pretty disappointed because that is our tradition. Every holiday, my mom and I cook before together, and I missed it this year. So we're going to make up for it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to watch some of my cooking videos or gardening videos, they will pop up right here. You guys can go enjoy those if you're new, or in the meantime between now and my next video. I want to say a huge thank you for hanging out with me as we did this grocery haul, and you kind of got an update on what's going to be coming out. If you want to see more what's coming out in the future, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope your holidays were well, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, guys.